Hey, what's going on, everybody? All right, so sorry, I was just checking out Stash Kid's stream real quick before I went live. I told him I'd stop in, and check stuff out. So we've got most of the playfield cleaned up, and we've got the game back powered on. Even though we do have quite a few connectors and coils and everything disconnected from the underside. Really, the goal of today's stream is to get a very thin layer of wax on to the playfield. I think we've got most everything cleaned up from an aspect of any sort of ball trails or anything like that I really wanted to go through. We actually did have to do some melanine foam on the game. Not a lot, but we did have to get a few areas cleaned up. So for the most part, I'm really, really happy with the way that it turned out. We haven't pulled the apron yet. Etc. What's going on? So we're going to focus on some LEDs. Obviously, before we focus on anything GI related, we're going to do the inserts. And with the inserts, we are going to have to clean some of the inserts. You can see with the current lighting, it's not real bright. So we're just kind of showing this as kind of a start to what it looks like now. And we should get all the inserts in tonight pretty easily. And we will clean up each one of the inserts after we pull the bulb, just to make sure that any sort of, I guess, flipper debris and, just kind of that black crap that gets underneath the playfield cleaned up as much as we can. So that's kind of where what we're gonna focus on. I'll show you the lights here in a second. I'll just pull the coin door here. Slam tilt. So we're going to get a bunch of test issues because all the switches are actually missing right now. So we're going to go into general illuminations out. We want essentially an all lamp test. So right now this is kind of how dim the playfield looks. And we'll do a dark shot here in just a second, just kind of show how dark it is, even with this. So I'm going to pop the light off here just so you can kind of see. Yeah, etc. This is exactly what you would love to see right now in that game. And I don't know what they're looking for, but, certainly everything's pretty much fixable. I guess my main concern is obviously transformer voltage. I rarely do transformers go bad, and I say that, and this actually had a bad transformer. This one actually blew up in a game hall, but from that, I think you should be able to hopefully get it working. So we can kind of, I'm going to pull the schematic and see exactly where the voltage initially comes in, which is obviously from the transformer, and then rectified to a smooth voltage, and either get you a test point or something if you've got a meter where you can test the game, and at least give you some sort of, I guess, initial direction. But I've never seen an entire matrix out altogether when it's not a fuse or a connector issue, so that's a little scary. Obviously, I've seen GI where it's more connector related, and it could be. I mean, it could be the board where it's got a blown trace or something like that. Not out of the question, but start simple and work your way harder. Yeah, so with this, I mean, obviously really kind of dark and dingy. Obviously, there is no GI right now. We don't have the GI, but even just the controlled lamps, you can see it's just really dim. So we'll just kind of use that as a baseline. So we'll get some lights back on here because we don't want them sitting in the dark. Hey, 86 pixels, what's going on? X Ninja, thanks for the follow. DMD is all distorted and the backlight is broken. I have a new ballast to put in for the light. Yeah, I mean, the backlight shouldn't be too much. I assume that it's just the bulb backlight. I mean, that's just the fluorescent tube in that game. So that's not too bad. Unfortunately, the DMD being distorted, I mean, that can be anything from, you know, the board itself or the DMD itself, like it's outgassing, so that can be interesting to say the least. But oh, no kidding, you're an electrician. No, well, great, you should know all about that, and you definitely have a meter too as well. So yeah, I actually had on my Joust Arcade, it was buzzing like something fierce, and I ended up replacing the entire ballast in the game and changing that all over. So yeah, anyway, with this game, I'm really pumped with the way the playfield turned out. We do have kind of like a little funky mark just in this back area. This is actually where a metal ball guide will go, so I'm not concerned with that area. So I think we're going to start right now. You can kind of see the controlled lights and where we're at. Unfortunately, me, etc. does not have controlled lights in the game he's looking at. I apologize, that sucks. I'm actually going to shut the game off for right now because we're not going to need the game on for the wax. But we're just going to put a real thin layer of wax on, and while we're letting that kind of do its magic on the playfield and giving us some, I guess, a thin layer of protection, we're going to then start working on the lights. So we're going to kind of bounce back and forth a little bit. Hey, 86 Pixels, thanks a lot. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this before, but it was pretty dirty. And I was originally just going to do LEDs. I was just going to throw LEDs in it because it was just kind of dark, and I really wanted some more lighting strips. The upper playfield, I like to play in low light, which my lights are on, you know, really dim. Just very little ambient lighting. I like to make it look like an old arcade, like you went to the mall and, you know, super dark and things like that. That's just what I like. And this game looked like crap. You couldn't follow the ball in the upper playfield hardly at all. It was tough to play. I mean, it was playable, but I had to turn the lights on a little bit more than what I wanted to, and it just didn't look good compared to some of the other games. So I'm also working on an Addams Family, and we've got that one completely tore apart. So much so that we actually took everything out. We took the playfield, the back box, all the boards. I pulled the rails off stream, the side rails, but everything is out of the game. Every single bit in the bottom of the cabinet, completely out. Transformer, the whole 9 yards. And we're going to get a brand new cabinet made. I've got brand new cabinet decals. So that game should be looking really good once we're done with that. I've got an IPB playfield I should be picking up here hopefully in a couple weeks. So that's got extra clear on it. I'm really excited for the Addams Family. So that's kind of where we started. And now we kind of shifted gears a little bit and cleaned up another game as we're waiting for a cabinet and waiting for the playfield. So we'll be kind of bouncing around a little bit. So this is the wax I use. This is the Meguiar's Gold Class. I really like this wax. It smells great, one. But this is just a pure Caranuba wax, paste wax that I use for the playfield. So we don't need a lot, but just use the applicator pad here and you know, just get it on here. And we're just going to do a thin layer kind of over everything. And we're going to clean out all the holes and stuff. But we're going to try to hit the main area of the playfield and get that good. Try to get, you know, some areas where once we start putting stuff on, it's going to be really hard to wax. So we're going to try to hit all those areas. We don't want to get this everywhere, so I'm actually going to kind of start in the center of the playfield and just kind of get this thinned out a little bit. Just don't have to get a lot in the holes. Some people with the wax, I mean, they kind of go overboard and they get it all shoved in the holes, and it just really gets kind of gross everywhere, and they just make a bigger mess. You really don't need that much. So I'm going to go through like kind of the ball trails and get it up in some of these areas just to get some protection. I was really debating on the Sanctum if I wanted to go through and start touching it up, and that was one that I just decided, you know what, let's just leave it how it is. Not really worth, I guess, making a bigger mess at this point. It's pretty accessible to work on later, so if I opt to repair it, we can always go that route. I'm just going to get the camera in a little closer to this back area until we can... And again, I just kind of want to get the wax kind of in the center and then work my way into some of the more traily areas on the playfield and go a little bit beyond, just because I don't want to create a giant mess. I don't really like to pull these switches down, but it just got to a point when we were streaming. All right, that's enough. You know, just kind of got to that where it's not going to cause that big of a mess. Hey, Sass Trooper, what is going on? Yeah, 86 pixels, though. I really appreciate the compliment. That's cool. I'm glad you think it looks good. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Thus far, we'll see. We got some work left to do. We haven't even tried cleaning up the upper playfield yet. I don't think it was really that dirty. So again, kind of hitting some of those areas where wax has really never been placed for a number of years. Link the Fifth. Cool name, man. What's going on? Again, not trying to put wax when I initially put it on the playfield. I'm not trying to hit over like a whole area right away, or you know, because then you get wax just really kind of coated in there. It's just kind of gross. Yeah, it's just harder to clean up. Really good, Sass Trooper. Really good. Pretty excited that we're waxing already. You know, at least kind of getting an initial coat on, and we're gonna go right as we're kind of waiting for this to dry and get placed on the playfield enough where we can wax off. We're doing the wax on part right now. Once we do the wax off portion and we're waiting for it to dry, we're gonna start putting some LEDs in. Kind of really excited for that. Man, my favorite machine. I don't know. I really like Tron. I was chasing that game for a long time, and I found a new box a couple years after it was done being made. And you know, out of all my newer games, I think Tron is, just because I chased it for so long. It's hard just to pick one. So from a newer Stern, one, Tron, just because of the theme and what it does for me, and I really like Walking Dead right now too as well. But I'd say Tron, just because it has everything for me that I really like in the game. For an older game, I really like Flight 2000, and I actually have one that I'm working on. But that's, you know, from an older game perspective, you know, Flight 2000 would be cool. It's hard. I would be better off doing like eras of games for my favorite. Good question though. Tough one. Yeah, the posts that were rusty, I've got them in a tumbler. Not very long. I mean, I just put them in there the other day, so. So we will check those. Probably next stream we should be set. And I did order parts. Yeah, I'm excited. I saw you say that in Stash's stream. Man, I love that game. It's great. I've actually got a brand new CPR back glass for mine, and I'm actually restoring the playfield myself. Got a new cabinet. Well, not a new cabinet, but an original cabinet. Because mine had, you know, like that stupid painting where they kind of just dab or whatever on it. I don't know what you call it, like a faux painting maybe. I don't know what the terminology is, but somebody did that to the cabinet. I think to hide blemishes and stuff, and it drove me nuts that I was going to spend all that time. So I actually got another cabinet from a game that was being parted out, unfortunately. Alright, so these areas we should be able to get really good, but I'm just going to kind of get like the traily areas and get some wax. Make sure we get it in kind of just from a protection standpoint, why not? Get it down this far. The other thing we haven't done, Sass Troopers, we haven't done the regraining of the ball guides. And that's going to be a little difficult. I'm going to have to move my entire stream setup to my shop and we'll do it back there. I do try to sand those with my drill press, and I've got like a bit on there that I use for that, and then I go to like hand sanding or my Dremel as well. So that's one piece that we'll have to do, and I'd like to stream that. I don't think a lot of people have seen that. Yeah, like the 5th, I do like Metallica. Metallica is one of those games. I actually played it this last weekend, and it's one of those games where I actually do pretty good at it. Like, I can keep the ball in play a lot longer than some of those other games. So, yeah, I like it from that reason alone. Metallica's fun. I enjoy it. I like it better than AC/DC, personally. But Metallica's a great game. I enjoy it. Any game that I can keep a ball in play and actually do something with is pretty fun. And this is one where I'm going to have to go through the shooter lane area. I didn't pull this piece of metal, and I didn't pull the apron yet, so that's one that we'll have to. I'll do that here shortly. Probably not on this stream, just because I like using the apron to pull up the playfield. I kind of hate when it's not there. Alright, so just going a little thicker, just kind of in this area. Not real thick, but just trying to get a little bit more wax just in the main area. This isn't as important because I can always do this anytime. But while we're waiting, might as well do it. And I try to do smaller swirls and get it kind of worked in. Just going to hit some of these areas again. Just kind of work our way up. I like getting around flipper areas a lot. Behind the flipper, and in front of the flipper, and then any sort of real heavy traffic areas is obviously where we want to focus on, especially once we get these ramps, or the ball guides back in. And you can see I've left a little bit behind in some of these holes. So, alright, so I think that's pretty good for our first coat of wax. We're going to let that dry. Flip out NH, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. Link the 5th, thanks for the follow too. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, I don't have a like any sound on this computer, unfortunately. It's my desktop, and I don't have speakers out here. Yeah, me and Sutter, you were saying that you got a chance to go to his basement and see some things. And you were talking about alien poker, right? Like you have a chance at an alien poker. You got some parts from him, right? Yeah, flip out. This is the wax I use. Gold class, Caranuba, pure stuff, what I really like. I normally do like 2 coats. I mean, I don't go crazy or anything like that. This first layer is obviously to get kind of like the back areas when we start assembling stuff. And then I might do one more thin layer. And I don't think the second layer really does much. It's more for me just to know that I got all the areas, because like I said, some people go crazy and you don't need that much. That's when you really make a mess, like I just kind of did in that area. You can see how much I kind of shoved down there, but I realized I didn't get this. That area as well as I should have. And like I said, just for moving the stream along, I kind of took the lazy way. Normally I pull all the posts out. Normally pull the flippers out. We'll probably pull these and actually rebuild them. I don't know why I haven't yet, but I think it was just because I was focusing on other things. So, no, I've never used McGuire's Tech Wax. Worked pretty awesome. Yeah, Mia, I thought you were saying that he was talking about doing it at back glass. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought that's what he kind of talked about. Because I used to have an alien poker, and my back glass was just trashed. Alright, so now here comes the fun part. We are going to start working on some LEDs. And we're not going to do anything on the upper playfield yet. Beat93, what's going on? Alright, so we've got a thin layer of wax on, and we're going to let that kind of dry a little bit and get worked in, and then we'll take that off. For now, we're going to lift up this playfield, and I'm going to hit my camera. Hang on. Normally I have it a little higher so I don't do that. Remind me when I put this down, I'm going to smack the crap out of my camera. Oh, I see. So flip out, what do you think of that tech wax? Do you like it? I've never used it. Tell me more. All right, so I think obviously we've got some of the other insert areas that we'll work on, but what we'll do is we'll probably pull the board. Couldn't see who that was. Me, etc. Thanks for the follow, sir. We're gonna pull the board here. Quick. Here. I think that was you. I'll get another alert here in a second. It's a little behind. I just saw that one flash on the screen. Yeah, me, etc. Thank you so much. So we're going to kind of make a little bit more room with this harness. This is one that I should probably clean up a little bit. And we're going to pull that board out. We can probably leave that plugged in. So we just unplugged the one connector for it. Just a little bit of, whoa, wrong size. Where am I? I have got a mess behind me. Hey, look, it's in the bottom of the cabinet. Why don't you guys tell me? What's going on here? You guys were helping me do this. Me, etc. I'd really like to see the art once you're done with it, and I'm sure it'll look great. My playfield wasn't too bad. I had the exact opposite of you. My back glass was toast, and I mean, I've never seen so much art missing off a back glass before. I probably had, I don't even know, probably 75% missing. It was flaked so bad. It was just terrible. Ugh. All right. Dirty. Look how dirty that board is. So we're going to clean up, just real quick, some of these areas where you see the darkness. You can see that the darkness from the shadow, right? You can see that bulb, just all the dirt on it, and just kind of ground into it. Just nasty. See how dirty it is under the underside. But see, there's a couple bulbs that were replaced, but for the most part, it needs to be cleaned up. Gross. All right, so one board out, and then we're going to might as well pull this next one right away. Cousin had a Capcom he broke. He's dead to you now. Too funny. What Capcom game did he have? I assume you mean the pinball machine. I used to have a... Oh, what the heck was it called? I want to say Fast Break? What? I can't remember the name of it. The pool one. I feel like an idiot. I can't even think of it. Yeah, I mean, etc. I'd love to see it. Shoot me a PM, or you can throw it in chat. It might ban or not ban you, but it might blank it out. Does not last long as Carnuvo. Supposed to do more frequently, but no residue. Nice. Hey, B93, thanks. Glad you're enjoying it. No, I'm gonna put new LEDs in, Link. We're going to pull these boards. It's easier to clean the front side of this board, right? And then with this, I mean, it's literally like, what is it? 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screws, and I've got the whole board pulled instead of twisting each one of these out. More importantly, it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna bring you in closer here. Once we move in closer, let me get another light. But you can just kind of see all the grime basically from underneath the playfield really kind of gets wedged into those inserts. And you'll see here in a second. I'll take our rag and we'll go through. But each one of these inserts I'm actually going to clean out. And I've made the mistake before of using like alcohol, but it kind of leaves kind of a white-ish film to the inserts, which we don't want. We want them to look clean because basically like glass, right? So we're going to use Windex, and the key there is we're near wood, so we don't want a lot of residue or Windex dropping around the insert to wet the wood. So let's... Jesus, I feel like such a noob. I'm trying to talk and do this all at the same time. So just kind of move in a little bit closer. Can you see how dirty like that orange insert is? The one that's kind of right in the center of the screen there, the red one. We have the white one. You know, see, it's getting slightly better as we go through, but they're dirty. They need to be cleaned out. So we could have just pulled the plug out. And what I mean by the plug, the connector, I guess, not the connector, but the individual lamp. Sorry for the light, guys. We could have pulled out the individual lamp, right? We could have just pulled it out and replaced the lamp like this. But it's a lot harder to clean the actual insert. So this will take a little bit harder way, but we'll clean it up. And just, I mean, you can see, you know, I'm getting not a ton dirty, but I mean, I'm getting dirt in here. And just to kind of show you, I mean, this is clean, and this is without any sort of cleaning agent with that. That's just straight paper towel. Look how dirty that is. That's from that one insert. So the goal is to get the inserts cleaned out, and especially these clear ones. This is where some of you weren't here when we first turned on the stream, but like these white ones or these clear ones, we really want to get those cleaned out. And there's printing on the other side, but you can just see. I mean, look at all the dirt in there. Just nasty. Here, I'll bring in the light. You know, especially as we move closer to coils, look at that one right up there. How dirty those are. Gross. Just gross. Sorry for the camera movement, guys. Hang on. Oh, absolutely. Flip out. I'm going to have to check into that. If you get a chance, shoot me a PM with the details on it. I assume you could just get it from like an automotive supplier. Alright, so what I do is I just kind of take some regular old Windex, try to use the actual Windex brand. And instead of like spraying it directly in the insert, remember we're dealing with wood. So what I'm going to do is I try to spray it into like a container, just a little bit. You don't need a lot of Windex, and you're going to see a little bit run out. And again, I've tried using like isopropyl alcohol because isopropyl alcohol doesn't have much water in it, especially like the 91% stuff that you get at like Walgreens. I'll show you. that stuff. The problem with this is, one, it's great because it evaporates, right? So it's great for anything with wood, but it will leave like a little bit of a white film. And when I've done it on plastic inserts before, it will leave kind of a hazy white film to it. It cleans them. It will get the dirt out. You'll see dirt coming out here. But you'll definitely see a difference even with just Windex. And again, it's just trying to get some of the dirt out. And, you know, a lot of times you can shop vac these and get a lot of the dust out, which is, you know, kind of what I prefer to do to begin with. Just because some of this is loose. But we'll just take this and we'll go through one of these here. And you can kind of see. And again, I'm not trying to do a lot. And I kind of go through these Q-tips quite a bit. And relatively quick. But these inserts are actually, you know, like prismed, I guess, is the terminology I'm going to use. So there's, you know, a bunch of different angled cuts in them to deflect the light and make it look cool in a pinball machine. But this is one insert. Look at that. This thing is just nasty, and there's the other side. So I wet one side, and then I dry with the other side. And they're both just about as gross. And that's exactly right, me, etc. The coils, every single time they fire, you're essentially hitting against a coil stop. So it's metal on metal. So, I mean, you're bam, 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 every single time, right? And eventually that metal, the fine medical particles are attracted to, like, the plastic, near lighting, all that type of stuff. It's all over the bottom of the cabinet. I mean, when you look at the bottom of the cabinet, you can kind of see it in the overhead cam, but like this dark area, I mean, some of this is spray paint too as well, but it's going to be attracted, obviously, to the speaker. I mean, if you look at the speaker here, look at that. And obviously gravity plays effect, right? So, I mean, it's not like it's going to magically fall upwards, but... So, here's the middle one. I mean, if you can... Just to kind of show you. There's the one streak I did with Windex. So here, it's going to be a little shaky, but I'll just kind of show you here. Again, isopropyl alcohol, I don't like using it in these. I've caused a white kind of film on the inserts, and you just can't really get it off. You just want to be really careful with how much you use, because, I mean, obviously you're dealing right next to wood. So I just use a small little container, dip my Q-tip in it. Ear swab, whatever you want to call it, right? And that's the result. So you can see the two that I cleaned. I did not clean that one. Definitely did not clean those three. So again, this is the dirty one. I mean, look how dirty that thing is. Just flipping gross, right? Watch this. This is still the dirty one. See that? Window lean, huh? It's kind of cool. So yeah, this is kind of a tedious process, but man, it is so rewarding. And I did do a quick show of the incandescent lights. The incandescent lights with the all the lights off in my basement here, just to kind of show what it looks like. I'm actually gonna pull this board out. I'd like to kind of get you guys a little bit closer so you can see this. Hang on, we're going to try something here. I don't think it's going to work real well. Hang on. You want to see all the pinball machines? Look at it. Look at all those pinball machines and all the dust on top of the cabinets. God, I got to wax. clean. So we are going to get you closer here. Hang on, everybody. Stash Kid, what is up, my man? Thank you so much for the shout-outs. Sorry I couldn't make much of your stream. I was unfortunately dealing with kids and hanging out with the wife for a couple minutes before I went live. That fishtails is a piece of crap. You don't want that. Maybe you do want that if it's a piece of crap, man. You should totally get it. Hey, me, etc. Thanks again for hanging out. I'll take a look at that probably tomorrow a little bit, and I'll shoot you a message and see what I can figure out. Thanks again for the follow. Thanks for stopping in. Keep checking back. Hopefully we get some progress. Sorry I didn't get to see any LEDs, man. Feel a little bit lame right now. So you're gonna see me kind of reaching in here. I'm trying to get you some closer angles. Again, right now we're just using some Windex on a Q-tip, and we're cleaning these inserts. A lot of times I like to shop vac these, but I want to save you guys from some of the noise. You'd be surprised with how dirty these are, what a shop vac will do. You still got to clean them, I think, with Windex and kind of get them cleaned out. But look at that. Can you imagine if that was your ear? Gross. We're going to create a graveyard down there of nasty stuff. So you can kind of see the three center ones, the ones I did. And we're going to do this next one here. Ew, yeah. And Stash Kid, like I was saying, Windex, I mean, we don't want to obviously spray directly in the insert in the playfield, so I used to use like a container. And just shoot some Windex in there, get a little bit of it. And I'll just dip my Q-tips in there. Yeah, shop vac, not a shock vac. Shop. S-H-O-P. Just like a big-ass vacuum cleaner. It's got more horsepower, typically. I use that just for, like, any sort of areas in the playfield a lot of times before I start cleaning up and things like that going through. And shop vac works pretty well. It will clean out, you know, some parts of the computer. With a computer, I typically use, for the computer, I use, like, a air compressor itself. Yeah, Stash Kid, I'm really interested to see what you do, man. It's a lot of fun. I actually sometimes enjoy this more than playing, which is silly. I mean, obviously I like the reward of playing, right? But this, to me, is really rewarding, being able to go through and fix the machine, right? So we're going to go to this insert next and just kind of show you what this is. And again, Stash, I don't use isopropyl alcohol in these, because what I found is if I use isopropyl alcohol, it will leave a little bit of a white haze to the insert, and that kind of defeats the purpose. I definitely don't want to. It will clean it, right? It will get that crud out, right, from the insert, but the problem is it leaves that kind of that white kind of crap behind, and I don't want that. So typically what I do is I wet one side of a Q-tip, just a little bit in Windex, and I wipe that directly on the insert and kind of rub with the prism, kind of the etching in the insert. I call it the prism. I don't know what the heck the terminology is, to be honest. And just kind of clean it out. And again, I don't want to use a lot in there because we're dealing directly with wood, right? We don't want the surface really, really super wet because it'll cause all sorts of opening up the pores in the wood, and we don't want to do any of that. But if we're getting that much clean off of every insert, I mean, I know my camera's got a little bit of white balance there, but dirty, clean, dirty, clean, super dirty, clean. Hey, Link the Fifth, thanks again for stopping by. Inserts will be in shortly. If you get a chance, stop back later. Thanks for the follow. we're going to be starting Adam's Family up here again soon. So we're going to try to finish this out, and then we should be jumping back over to Adam's Family. And that one's a complete rebuild. So thanks again for stopping in, and nice chatting with you. Well, this is kind of the boring part. So, Stash Kid, how'd the stream go? Did you figure out any moves on Waz? Figured nothing out. It was a waste of time. That's funny. See, come on, you gotta figure out one set of rule or something. Come on, man. You're just all shooting for skill shots. Your mic? What was wrong with the mic, man? The stream looked great from a video perspective. I mean, I was listening to you for a couple minutes. It seemed to be working okay. I didn't catch anything but the tail end, though, unfortunately. God, that stuff is gross. I use that in the snowball mic. I've had good success with that, but I've definitely had my share of problems streaming before, so I get you, dude. That sucks. Multi-ball tricks are cool. We're gonna pull out the big guns. I decided to shop vac. Alright, so what I do with shop vac is I have like one of those small attachments. So we're just gonna take that with the shop vac, plug this thing in. I am going to mute the mic for a minute so you guys don't have to listen to the hurricane behind me. No one wants to hear this. That thing is loud. You wanted to hear me suck, so I thought I'd give you the last couple seconds of me sucking. Yeah, that thing is brutal. So that should have taken a lot of the loose stuff out, so it just makes it a lot easier just to clean these, and we're going to try to go as obviously quick as we can just to get some inserts in here, man. I'm excited. Get at least one of these boards in. So we'll probably focus on this board area first, and get one in and see what the LEDs look like. I am super excited. I got a little too much Windex in there. You can see the build up. This has got a finer prism pattern to it. Sucks so good. I like the attachment. Yeah, so you guys get a chance Friday. I mean, it's going to be a lot earlier, but I'll be on Jack's stream, Dead Flip. We'll be doing the reveal of Rob Zombie. So pretty excited to be able to partake in some of the festivities there. You can watch me suck at the game. Should be fun. Yeah, if not, check out the video on demand and stuff. I mean, he's pretty good about putting those up and stuff. And that one, there's going to be a ton of people hopefully watching that one. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I get how it is, man. I really wanted to watch you tonight, and fortunately I didn't get a chance to get in until a couple minutes before you're at the end. Which sucks. God, this is so lame, this part, but I'll tell you what, it's rewarding after we're done. I know this is boring as shit to watch, but you guys make it all the better. It's all part of it. All part of it. Yeah, man, real life things. That's a lot of that, that's for sure. And I have a hard time watching Jack streams a lot of times too, because I mean, it goes on right at 5 Central, and I'm just getting either off work or just getting home, and a lot of things going on. Especially with little kids. Come home and they're like, "Dad!" Which is the awesomest thing ever. Because eventually they're going to be like, "Get the hell out of here, Dad, you suck. You're boring. You play pinball." Hopefully not, but obviously as I get older, some of that stuff goes away. Holy crap, 28 viewers? I don't think I've ever had 28 viewers, dude. That's awesome. I think my max is right around 20, but this is a little different. Some people obviously are not interested in this, but because of the Waz. Yeah, once I get my America's Most Haunted, I probably will get some more too as well. You going to bed? No. Stepson just walked by. We like to play dollar games against each other and take all his money, all his college money. Give me all your money. All your Taco Bell money. Q-tip graveyard. Yeah, Beat9 was in here a couple minutes ago. He was saying he was pretty excited to see the inner workings of a pinball machine, so we'll definitely have to check out the streams with Adam's family. Alright, so I think that board, let me see. So this board goes in here like so. Right. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. Yeah, it should be like that. Alright, so that's that board. So we're going to clean this board real quick. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure who you are, but thank you. Take a look in a second here. Sorting my way over by the computer here. What is it? Tanny Ollie, thanks for the follow, man. Probably just murdered your name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't unfollow. Alright, so we just got this board, and we're going to put some LEDs in it, and I think we're going to flip the game back down and turn it on and see what it looks like, because I'm pumped. Alright, so since I did the hard way, and that was really to clean the board. That's probably the worst thing about streaming this stuff is when I can't pronounce a name. It's like I feel like an idiot. Thank you for being cool. One, I couldn't see it. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like cannoli. Tanil Ali. I don't know. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. Alright, so we pulled all these janky lights out. Blech, janky lights. Stash kit, that would be awesome. I will do the same, sir. I actually went before I came on and decided to go get a couple. I got like $20 worth, whatever. Went to 2 separate gas stations. They're right across the street. I was just telling my wife, I'm like, wouldn't you feel like garbage if they said somebody in our town won and they said it was at the other gas station? I'm like, you would just be like, oh no, what? We didn't get a ticket there. I'm like, this way we're splitting our odds up a little bit. She's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Sass Trooper, I keep old lights. I go through them and see. I mean, probably not needed. I mean, a lot of times you can just tell if they're good or bad from the from looking at the light itself. But yeah, I keep them because I do use incandescents. I don't do. Not all my games have LEDs. The big thing with LEDs is I like them because, you know, obviously of the benefits of not drawing as much energy. Done right, I think they look great. So I'm just trying to clean this board up a little bit and dropping crap in the bottom of the cabinet. Awesome. That's fine. We'll suck it all up later, right, guys? Look at that. That is nasty. Gross! So is that cool if I call you Ollie? I'm going to call you Ollie. I like Ollie. Because I can say that, I think. Maybe that's wrong. If it is, I'm sorry. You got any pinball machines? Are you into pinball machines at all? And Sass, I know you guys are, but if you're not following Stash Kid, make sure you give him a follow. He streams pinball and plays a lot more than I do. He's on a couple nights a week, like Monday, Tuesday. He was on this Wednesday, and he's normally on Thursday, Friday. I think he takes basically a day off, and sometimes he's on a weekend. So make sure you give him a follow. Good guy, fun guy to watch. Plays a lot. Alright, so the other board... Tanny is fine? Cool, I'll call you that, man. Alright, so I got this other board that we took out. We're going to put this one in here in a little bit. We're just going to kind of put it down to the bottom, so... Oh, did I have a Powerball at 10? They just announced it already? What time is it? I should probably go check. Dude, if I won on stream, that'd be amazing. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably keep streaming, dude. I'd probably stream me going online and buying more pinball machines. Like all the pinball machines ever. 11 p.m. Eastern? Dude, it's so far away. Wait, 11 p.m. It's right now, isn't it? What time is it? Yeah. Alright, so right now I'm just getting some LEDs ready. Gonna wash my hands. If you have small cuts, isopropyl alcohol feels great. That's what I'm using. I don't think I have any small cuts. If you hear me scream, that's probably why. I ain't no wuss. Look at how dirty that thing is. Yeah, dude, that'd be sweet. Stream all day. Hell yeah, dude. We just take 12-hour shifts. Dude, I don't know what I would do. This is crazy. I definitely need a bigger place because I feel like I'm running out of space now. Alright, so just trying to get some of the grime off. Yeah, man, that would be awesome to be able to open a museum or something closer. And yeah, biggest pinball arcade in the world. I would buy all the pinball machines. All of them. Alright, so we're going to start doing some of the inserts. So we're going to focus in on these guys first. We're going to get all the different areas. And then we're going to focus on these. I think we're going to do pink in there. So let's figure out what we're doing where. Yeah, biggest pinball arcade in the world would be fun. I'm going to clip that camera, ain't I? Hang on, everybody. Alright, so we're going to do the scarf. You can see I wax on the other side here. Then we're going to start doing like Punish the Guilty, Duel the Wills. So we're going to focus on those inserts. Hang on. Move you guys up a little bit. Alright, so for all of these, we're going to put in purple. These are 555s. We're probably going to have to adjust some of these once we get the board back in. So that was L4, L5 are going to be those two, right? Or do I have this backwards? I have this freaking backwards. Freaking backwards. Just pop them into the sockets, Astrover. It just goes right in. These are the LEDs. They look like just like a standard bulb. Just have a color base. And a lot of times, sometimes you got to bend these fins out a little bit just to make sure they get a good connection. And then put them in. Now we're doing this. We obviously took the board off, and the reason why we took the board off was to clean the inserts. Typically, when you're putting in LEDs, you just twist the cap, put it in the cap for the 535s, and then turn the socket back in. And that's all there is to it. So a lot of times this goes a lot faster, but we wanted to clean these, and obviously you saw how dirty they were, so we definitely needed to. Alright, so the next three, these three here, I think we're going to do purple and purple for this next one. And we're going to do all purple there. All right, so we've got all of these done. Now we're going to do the scarf area, which is this guy. And it'll be these 4. So we're going to do those next. We'll probably do red or pink in there. Alright, so we got reds placed in. We're going to do reds there. Alright, so now flipping this back over. We've got 2 more reds, and then the Mongol lights. The Mongol lights, we'll do cool whites. So we're going to put this in here. So this guy, L4 and L2, will be cool white. Man, I'm excited to see what this looks like. And then this L7 and the L1 will be cool white. And then we'll probably do, because those are yellow, that'll look good. I don't like yellow LEDs. I think they look like garbage. And then these 2 are red, so we'll probably do red or pink there. So the arrow, we're going to do red. Alright, so we're going to plug this board back in and get this all set. I need my nut driver. I've ordered a bunch of parts. I got stuff coming from Pinball Life. I've got stuff coming from Marco just because Pinball Life didn't have everything I needed. I got new plastic protectors. I got new plastics. This game's going to look pretty sharp once we get it all back together. I'm pretty excited to see what it's going to look like. All right. 10 pence. What's going on? Oh, man. Look at that board. Oh, man. Are you guys excited? Look how good that looks. Just, man, dude, from the backside, I'm excited. I don't even have this flipped around right now, and I'm excited. So let's see what this looks like. Look how much color. Dude, I'm pumped. All right, you're going to be really low. Apologize. All right. Hang on. Hang on. Belly shot. What's up? Oh, man. That looks sick. I don't know if that arrow's weird. Well, that's kind of just how the LED sat in there. We're gonna drop the. Man, that purple looks fucking sick. Hold on, I'm gonna drop you guys here. Hang on. I'm gonna shut the lights off. You guys gotta see this. I don't know how well this picks up on camera. Dude, I am jacked. This purple, I love purple LEDs. Probably my favorite. It'll be nice if I lock this in. Lock. Sorry, guys. Jesus. I'm gonna make everybody sick. You guys are gonna puke and not come back. Blech. Should do some. Alright, check this out. Can you tell where I... Obviously, I got this board out, but can you tell where I put the LEDs in? You know what? And honestly, if you're here in person, not too bright, honestly. I don't think you can see the purple that well. I don't know how well you can see that. Man, I tell you what, though, that looks great. You know, I'm seeing a very faint flicker, and it could be because we don't have the other board in and all the lights working. There is a flicker. Yeah, and I think there's a very slight flicker on this. Let's put it in test. And normally I update my games. There's a ROM fix. Shh, don't tell anybody. There's a ROM fix, and I've got a ROM burner. Obviously, we're hitting the test where you're hitting the DMD, where you're hitting all the tests, because we don't have, we don't have all the switches and everything plugged in, even some coils. So we're going to go to all amp. That's it flashing. But it does look like there's a faint flicker. I don't want to do lamp and flash. I don't think I can stop it from flickering, like flashing. That's what the test does. Yeah, I mean, it's really purple here. I mean, it looks fantastic with these little purple arches. The purple arches in the window. I mean, it looks like the same exact color. I mean, it's amazing. Gosh, I'm pumped, dude. But I did notice, I agree, Tanny, I think there is a little bit of a flicker to the light. It doesn't look quite as bad now. Well, we'll see what it does once we get everything in here. But there is a ROM fix that we can do where we'll actually flash the ROM, and there is a fix for the flicker of the LED for the WPC machine. So we might have to do that. I can't remember if I did it on this game or not. Normally I do it on all my games. So we'll take a look. But man, I'm pumped. In comparison, remember we just replaced these Mongol lights here. These two, and these. The con lights, the shoot again lights have not been cleaned or replaced, and this board is completely out. So we're going to look at this just for a moment while we figure out this next board. We do need to clean the other side, but we're going to work on this board real quick too as well. Just kind of get this cleaned up and the lights pulled, and do our next set. So we're just going to pull all these, and I do save these, so. Just wait till we start getting the GI lights in here and stuff. That's what I'm really excited about. I really, really like that purple, though. Gosh, I wish that came up better on camera. I think you can kind of see it, especially on the overhead. This camera looks like there's a white balance a little bit more. Probably still trying to gain more light, so. I don't want to. I'm trying to get this on camera, but I don't want to do it directly over the playfield. We did wax the playfield, so we are kind of waiting for everything to dry up on that. Kind of doing a couple things at once, multitasking to make this go a little faster. I know some of this stuff is boring as hell for you guys to watch, but I appreciate you hanging out. Keeps me motivated to keep working on stuff like this. I'll tell you what, though, I'm excited for when this game's put back together. So much so, I don't think I'm going to send the ramps off right away. I might wait a little bit. The wire forms weren't too bad to take apart and get in, but I was going to send them off and get them replated, but I didn't wait. So we just got the board cleaned up, and we're going to figure out the board would sit like this on the underside, so we're going to figure out where we're going to put some of these lights. I'm going to try my other light here. Alright, so Super Jackpot and Start Con Multi-Ball. Super Jackpot, Start Con Multi-Ball will be this one. Hey, thanks, Ass Trooper. Appreciate it. Glad you guys find it interesting. It makes it all the better. I mean, it makes it more fun for me, too. Because, I mean, if I was just doing this on my own, God, it'd get boring, dude. It's so much more cool to spend the time with you guys. Alright, so we got Start Con Multi-Ball and Super Jackpot. We're going to do white. Probably red and pink in the jackpot. Alright, so we got red, pink, shadow loop, that's yellow, we'll do white. That's cool white. Alright. Looks like we got some kind of the oranges, not as yellow, so we'll do extra ball, we're going to do red. Stash Kid, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I like your stream too, man. A lot of fun. I feel like we're brothers from another mother, man. Alright. Final battle. Alright, we're going to do warm white and those guys. Twisted22, thanks for stopping in. Hey, thanks. Yeah, we've been working on this one a little bit, so trying to get it put back together here. We're just doing some LEDs right now, just kind of figuring out what we're going to do for colors. As we start seeing, who knows, we got the jackpot, we'll do pink there again, pink here, red, so red for the arrows, pink for the jackpot. Alright, locks, we should have some greens. I'm not a fan of yellow LEDs, so I don't really do those. So lock 1, 2, and 3 will be green. Wait, oh, that's a 47. Yeah, this is one. We had some ball trails. We still got to grain the ball guides. We've still got a lot of work to do, but we're chipping away at it. And we're really trying to make it bright. I was just going to go through and start doing this, like the LED portion. I was going to do that a lot sooner, but as I started tearing into the game, I realized how damn dark this game was and how dirty it was. Ah! Sorry, dude. Alright, we're going to do red, warm, no, pink, red, warm, white. So that was pink, red on top, and warm white, right? Alright, and I think we're going to do cool for that. Alright, you guys ready for this? Did I clean those inserts? I'm not sure. Let's clean them anyway. I don't think I did. Alright, so this board's ready to go back in. We're going to shut the game off. We're going to flip the game back over. I'm going to put this on my roadshow behind me. Hang on. You're going to see a lot of camera moving again. I apologize. I got to find an easier way to move these cameras. Hang on. I lock it. Look at that board. God, that looks good. Alright, so I'm going to lower you down here again. Hang on. Going inside the cabinet. Look at all those dirty pinball machines. I'll probably go a little bit lower here. Hang on again. Beat 9. Thanks for sticking around, man. Appreciate it. Alright, so we're back inside the cabinet. And again, we're going to clean these inserts because what happens is these coils fire and it's metal on metal, causes dust and metal bits and shit everywhere. It looks gross. And then we'll come back and we'll work on these 47s. But for right now, we're going to focus on this next board and get that back in. So we're going to power off the game. Twista, this is what I use. I use the Meguiar's Gold Class Caranuba wax. I've had really great results with this. Seems to hold up really well. It's a pure Caranuba. That's what you want to look for. So, I mean, no matter what kind of wax you get, make sure it's Caranuba and doesn't have any other cleaning agents in it. You want a pure wax, not a cleaner wax. That's really important. And I like paste wax, and you don't need a lot. But just like a paste wax, and it comes with it the applicator, obviously. I really like Meguiar's products a lot on my own cars and everything, but this stuff has worked really, really well. Alright, so you can see the Q-tip graveyard down here. What I was saying earlier is I take Windex and spray it in just like a container, and this isn't, I mean, you can see this is a little dirty, obviously, from sticking Q-tips in there. But what I do is I just Windex here. You don't want to spray Windex directly in an insert. What will happen is you'll essentially overflow the insert full of Windex, and you probably won't make that big of a deal. But one, you'll get dirt pouring out. Two, it's wood you're dealing with directly at the insert level, so you don't want to open up the pores of the wood. I have used isopropyl alcohol before. I don't like using it because what happens is it'll leave like a white film or haze there. And we already vacked off these. We took like a shop vac and just kind of quickly cleaned out each one of these holes for the inserts. But they're still dirty in here. So if we kind of go through and again, I just dip my Q-tip or ear cleaner or whatever the hell you want to call it, and dipped it in a little bit of Windex, not to get a lot on it, but enough that it wets the surface. And then I take the other end and I just dry it out and try to get all the dirt out. I try to go in, and this has like a prism kind of shape to it. I call it a prism, I guess, angled, whatever you want to call it. But even after shop vacuuming it, you see it's kind of dirty still. Ear poker, yeah. This is before shop vacuuming. You can see how dirty they are. So the big thing is we want as much light coming out of the insert as possible. We don't want dirt to diffuse the light because that's lame. So we want to make sure that we get it all cleaned out. So we're just going to kind of do all these. This will take a few minutes. I apologize for the boring crap with the stream. But you know what? This will pay dividends here shortly. So we're going to do all these inserts here. And then we're going to put the board in because I'm impatient because I want to see what it looks like. Because I'm getting excited because this doesn't have any purple in it. I really like the purple. We're actually going to add some LED strips too. These I got all from Pinball bulbs. I tell you what, I've gotten his bulbs before. I've gotten them everywhere, you know, from Terry or Coin Taker and all sorts of places. you know what? They're all good. The pinball balls, man, I tell you what, I really, really like some of the colors he has, like his purple. Whoo, man, I love it. Looks good. He puts great kits together, LED strips. He doesn't do anything for my stream or anything. Maybe one day he will. But I'll tell you what, if you ever get a chance, go to pinballbulbs.com and give him a look. You know, I really don't notice a price hike a lot in his kits either. I mean, he's got full kits available. You're on special sometimes. Great customer service. I had a question on some bulbs I was putting in, and he answered me right away. He gave me a picture. So, if you got a pinball machine you're ever putting LEDs in, give him a shot. A lot of people will have their favorite companies or whatever else, but I've used quite about everything, and I don't know, everybody's good. You know, obviously Doug and Melissa from CoinTaker and Terry from Pinball Life, and they're all great people. I shop a lot of Pinball Life for a lot of other parts, basically everything else. So I'm using my ear poker, and I'm going to clean all this crap out of all these inserts. If you're new to the stream, make sure you click that follow button. We kind of do pinball repair. Like I said, this part's kind of boring, but you're about to see some more LEDs here in a second, so hang tight. Normally stream Wednesdays. We do pinball repair. We're doing a Addams Family pinball machine, doing a complete tear down, getting a brand new cabinet. We've already taken the cabinet apart, but we're putting it in a new playfield IPB with extra clear. Should be pretty awesome. And then this Friday I'll be on Deadflip's stream. We're going to stream, or he is going to stream. I'll just be there. I'll be the creepy guy in the background, sucking when I'm playing. But I'll be on Deadflip's stream on Friday, and we're streaming the Rob Zombie game for the first time. Yeah, Stash Kid, thanks, man. Glad you'd follow again. Half followed, would follow again. Alright, let's clean these locks. They're down here a little bit. We're going to move this harness back and clean this guy. Again, I shop vac all these out, but we're just kind of doing a secondary cleaning and all this. I'm just going to... These are fairly clean compared to what we were dealing with before, because there's really no coils nearby here. Still dirty, but not as dirty as near the slingshots from before. Back glass in that box there. Oh, yeah, right over... That one? Yeah. That is a back glass. That is my Flight 2000 CPR back glass. I got it from Marco Specialties. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'll see who it is in a second. I cannot read that from here because I am stuck in a pinball machine. You can see my head. Alright, almost done with these lock inserts. We'll check and see who's following. Thank you so much. I think I'm over 100 followers now. That's pretty awesome. Thanks, guys, so much. I know that it's going to be boring at times, especially when I'm sitting here cleaning crap, but woo, that one was bad. Look at that guy. Gross. Flippo, you're in on one? Awesome. Were you in on the America's Most Haunted? Fun fact, I built the wiring harness for America's Most Haunted. Well, not built, designed the wiring harness for America's Most Haunted. I didn't build them all. That's crazy. I taught some people how to do that. Hey, thanks for the follow. I can't read my screen. I can read chat because I have it like blown up. I need to get the alerts in my chat so I can actually see. Because I cannot see my screen from here. Anything other than my chat. All right, let's see what these follows are. Twista22, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for talking to chat. Awesome. And Case Bomb, thanks for following. Holy Bee follow hype. Let's get this train rolling, guys. You're about to see some cool insert action here in a second. Let's get this last one in here. And I'm actually going to pull this guy out. This is a 44 or 47 bulb. It's got that stupid base. 555's plug in. This one twists in. We're just going to put a red guy in here because the arrows. That's kind of what the consistency we've been doing. So we're just going to clean this out. I did not shot back this one. Yeah, my chat is blown up. That's my chat, but the rest of the window, I can't see the stream window or anything. So I can see chat, so I just needed to announce in chat easier. When I'm doing this, when I'm playing pinball, it's easier because I blow up the other window, but when I'm working on a pinball machine, it's a lot more difficult. And working on this, I'm in some weird angles where I can't even see the monitor at times, so it's tough. I normally get the followers while they're still in chat, but it's pretty hard. Alright, so we've got all these cleaned out. I'm really, really happy. So what happens is, again, the pinball machine with like the coils, like this coil here, will fire, and what it's doing is metal on metal. You can actually hear it. I mean, they're loud. If you have the glass out of the game while you're playing, I mean, it is loud. So if you don't have a pinball machine, just kind of explaining what happens is there's a stop here. It's called a coil stop, and all it is a metal little part that sticks into this coil here, and it's going to pull the plunger part through, and it's going to hit that metal. So you're literally metal on metal constantly, right? And then you also have a metal ball that's being smacked around on the playfield. So you think about how much stuff can be in that machine. So obviously you have dust, right? And then you also have the metal pieces, which is obviously, look at like this part of my hand right here. That's obviously from, I think even from this bulb, I had it in the palm of my hand, like sitting like this. That's how much dirt is under these games, especially over time. This game probably has never been cleaned like this. So this is one where we're doing a lot more diligence this time around and making sure we actually get this cleaned up. All right, so we've got a red LED. So this is going to be popped in this guy right here, and we'll push it back in. And now we're going to get that board. This is the fun part. We're going to put this board back in here. We're going to line it up with the original screw holes. Hey, Flip Out. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate the comments. Those are very, very, very awesome comments, dude. Much appreciated. Thanks, guys. You guys are the best. If I win the lotto, I'm going to adopt all of you. We're going to buy all the pinball machines ever. All of them. All right. Big thing with this is you want to make sure you don't... They have stoppers. So there's black stoppers in there. We don't want the screw to go through the playfield. So we did this the hard way. And I don't want to really say the hard way, but we did it where we took the whole board off. Typically, I would never do that. I would just turn and put the bulb in and then put it back. But you can see this little hole, I'm not going to be able to clean the insert like that. So, again, we're going a little bit further than what, typically most people would do. Obviously there are pinball people that would go through this from a shop job perspective. But the shop job is used very, very loosely. So, all right, let's see what this board looks like. You're going to see this thing light up. It's going to look awesome. Blazing Guns, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. All right, you guys ready for this? Oh, man, look at that color. Whoo! that red LED right there. Look at how bright that sucker is. All right, again, I don't have a lot of the switches in here. I don't have a lot of the coils. You can see that I've got stuff disconnected everywhere. So you do want to be careful under here. There is voltage going everywhere. And hang on a second, because you're going to be moved around. I'm going to die. All right. Just going to move my camera here quick so you guys can see. Hang on. Yeah, I love insert LEDs. Probably my favorite part. They just make the game pop. I mean, look at that. I don't even want to flip this over right now. I mean, it looks good enough the way it is. I don't have that locked yet. All right. All right, let me do one thing here. Just because I feel bad. Commands. Before we do the giveaway here. Giveaway of what it looks like. Alright, we're going to see if that works. Next follower, you should be announced in chat. I've got a currency system in chat. I don't really use it right now, but we will eventually, so. How about that fishtails? You want to see that fishtails? Look at that piece of shit over there. The dome's off the topper and everything. Look at Atlantis. Look at that crappy whirlwind over there we're going to work on. Pinbot. Titty 10, what's going on? Just bought a cheap high speed. Man, high speed's a fun game to work on. I would not be scared of that game at all. Any pointers for working on pop bumpers? Things to look for, etc. Well, I'll show you here in a second. This game doesn't have pop bumpers. Hang on. Alright. Oh, man. Look at that. Except we've got two lights that doesn't look like they're working. You're going to notice a little bit of a flicker. I don't know. I saw it on camera. I see a little bit in person, so we're going to have to look at that. Like I said, there's a ROM that will fix that. But we do have Jackpot not working and Start Calling Multi-Ball. And it looks like Extra Ball is not working. Looks like we got a few. Just finished with your flipper rebuilds. Yeah, flippers aren't too bad. They're just a pain in the butt. The hardest thing with pop bumpers is like getting the switch right. Typically, what I'll do is I'll take. I mean, you can sit there with your finger and try to push it down, right? Like the skirt itself. Make sure that you take a ball and just kind of put it around it when the game's on, and you'll see it. And you want to make sure that you can just kind of lightly tap it and get it as sensitive as you want. The big thing is getting them all roughly the same amount of sensitivity in there. With high speed, I actually have like the 3 pop bumpers right in this kind of quadrant right here. It's a lot of up and down with the playfield, so you're going up and down a lot with that. But to me, it's all about the switch in there. If you're replacing the skirt, if they're chipped or broken, you obviously want to do that. And there's like a little cup or a disc, and then there's just like a little pointer thing. Let me see if I've got. I don't know if I've got. I thought I had flipper or pop bumper parts here. No, I don't see any. Obviously the coil sleeves and everything else. I can pull up another game and I can kind of show you, but they're not too bad. If you are on pin side, look at one of Vid's guides. Vid 1900, I think is his name on Pinside. He goes through, I think, a pop bumper 1, almost positive. So, Flip Out, thanks for the compliment on the playfield. Yeah, the playfield we just waxed. I mean, there's still wax on this, so it looks kind of a little bit hazy, probably compared to what it's going to look like after we pull the wax off. So we're kind of doing both right now. We just did one layer of wax, and now we're just doing some inserts, LEDs, and then we'll move up to the GI. So we're going to go to all lamp test, and we're going to be up and down with the playfield. So I'm just going to move that camera just a touch higher. All right, Tanny? Wax on, wax off. I just saw another one that's off too. Let's go with this up a little higher. I keep clipping that camera with the... That look okay? Keep clipping that camera when I lift up the playfield. So, what we've got that I'm looking at right now, Extra Ball is out, Jackpot is out, Star on Column Multi-Ball, and I thought one of these was out, but it looks like it's lit. So we're just going to pull Extra Ball out right now and start Column Multi-Ball quick. Hang on. Look at that. Don't even clip the camera. Alright, so which one was it, this guy? Yeah, Vid 1900. Yeah, he's got the guide right on there. I mean, there's other guides too as well. Just like, say, like, I'm pretty sure he's got a, excuse me, a pop bumper rebuild, like how to rebuild pop bumpers guide on Pinside. But besides me, like, showing you, walking you through right now, I think that's lit. Yes. Alright, start con multi-ball. Let's go. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling... Whoa, whoops, sorry. My wiener's hitting the flipper button. Watch out. Getting all crazy on the stream now. Alright, so pink LED, we just pulled out the prongs a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. Kind of hard to see. It's not focusing, but so we just pulled out the prongs, so we're gonna put it back in like so, and put it back, and it is lit now. All right, let's see what else we got. Is there any others? Well, it was lit. Oh, we had a white one out too. All right, this cool white one we had. We're gonna do the same thing. Yeah, congrats on the high speed though, Titty. That's awesome. I like that game a lot. It's fun. Alright, so we got that one. I think that is lit. Let's take a look. Sorry for the close call. Alright, so Star Con Multi-Ball was out. Extra Ball was out. Red Arrow, Jackpot. All these are lit. We did not change these, and if you can see the difference, I mean, let's take a look. So, LEDs, not LEDs. See the difference? Isn't that crazy? The Mongol lights, we changed out MON and G down there. And we did not change out O and L. See the difference? Yeah, I can't wait to even pull the wax off of this. This is going to look great. We got to change these Jackpot lights over here. We got to change out the con. These are going to be green. It's going to be sweet. So let's do that. I'm getting really excited, guys. We're going to go through and regreen all the ball guides and the whole 9 yards. So, all right, let's get this back up and power off the game. I love that purple, though. Man, that looks great. Yeah, Titty, that's what I did. I started off on a lot of those, and you're actually... I started off with a Meteor and a Galaxy. First 2 pins I got. And it went completely nuts from there. I mean, they're like rabbits. They multiply. But it's great. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like working on games. I find working on them is as much fun as playing them, especially bringing a game back to life. So if the game has any sort of problem, and obviously, it's been a little bit neglected, which a lot of them are, to me, how cool to be able to put a game back together and make it better than what it was. Get it back to factory or sometimes even better, right? So we're going to pull this little guy right here, this little aero board. And again, I'm pulling the board because I want to clean the inserts. Kind of an anal thing. The LED would probably shine fine through it. But you know what? Dirt diffuses light, and we want to clean the dirt. So here's the board. We could disconnect it. I'm probably not going to, because, well, why at this point? Just going to clean these out. I did not hit these with a shop vac. I'm going to, let me see. I'm going to change these. I kind of reef on these and bend these back. Pull these bulbs. These are the other Mongol lights that we'll put some LEDs in. And we'll do these two. And we'll do this guy. That one's going to be super dirty. So I just pulled the bulbs out quick. Bulbs. Alright, and I got a shop vac with an attachment. Crazy looking attachment. I am going to mute the stream just for a second, just because it is loud. You guys want to hear me suck, do you? No! Alright, I saved all your ears. I don't want to hear all the ear rape complaints in the channel. Alright, so we just shot back some of the inserts. Hey, Snowboarder77, what's going on? Dude, I was worried about you. You came in last time and you're like, I'm going to grab a beer. And I'm like, oh no. You never came back. Stash Kid and I were, I think maybe you got like, hopefully you didn't have to leave your house to get a beer. We were hypothesizing all sorts of stuff that could have potentially happened to you that was not good. Got a layer of wax on the top end, snowboarder and sass, right? And now we're just kind of cleaning inserts real quick. We got some LEDs already in the inserts, quite a few of them actually. We're just kind of finishing up. Yeah, Titty, I really like Shadow. This game, you can go back in my VODs and look at it. It was dirty and dark and just, I don't know, needed a lot of work. So, I consider this one being cleaned up is helping. I was just going to shove LEDs in it, and then I started looking at it, and I'm like, wow, this game has a lot of ball tracks, and the metal was nasty, and just needed to be cleaned up. So I was working on my Addams Family, but I kind of was in a little bit of a break because the playfield was getting cleared, and I was waiting for that to come back, which I still haven't gotten yet. And then the cabinet needs to be sent off, and I've been kind of waiting for Chuck at Spooky to get into his new shop before I drop it off and say, hey, build me a cabinet. Because they're out of room. We were worried sick. Alright, so just a couple more inserts to clean. I know this is the boring part, but we're going to start throwing some LEDs in here and we're going to see what it looks like. These are the con lights I'm cleaning right now. Throwing Q-tips in the graveyard below. Yeah, Sass was here too. That's right. No, man, it's cool. It was just funny because you're like, I'm going to grab a beer, I'll be right back. And then it was like 15 minutes later, we're like, dude, where's Snowboarder? And you were still in chat. It was pretty funny. I was like, oh no. I hope he didn't have to go and get beer. Hope he didn't have to drive anywhere. Yeah. It was entertaining for a little bit. Sorry that we laughed at your expense. Glad you're okay, though. You gotta do that every once in a while, though, right? Just gotta get messed up and watch pinball streams on Twitch. Tell you what, that's the best, though. Wait till I start drinking again. I'm gonna puke up vodka everywhere. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna be like, that guy cannot handle his liquor. Yeah, Titty, if you get a chance, make sure you hit that follow button and keep checking stuff out. Like I said, I'm doing that Addams Family, and we will be real building pop bumpers in there like crazy. I'm actually thinking about changing the colors in Addams Family. The multicolored pops are kind of cool. A long time ago, and I can't remember exactly where, but I saw a pop bumper done in purple on Addams Family, and it was like all the pop bumpers in that area, and I thought it looked awesome. So I'd like to do the same. I may regret it, trying to be somewhat original, but you know what? Add a little bit of flair or uniqueness to it. Can't hurt, right? I might powder coat the side rails. I haven't decided yet. Alright, so we've got the inserts cleaned up. Again, I use Windex for those. Oh, you're already following. Hell yeah. Thanks. I didn't see the alert. Maybe you were following from before and I missed it. Damn it. Well, thanks, sir. Alright, so the shoot again. Will probably be red. Right? Right. We're going to do green and the con lights. We're going to put those in. Green. Search party of Southern Cali. Dude, I would not want to walk anywhere right now. It's like 10 degrees out. Iowa. Blech. Alright, 2 con lights in. Cheetos. Dude, I like Cheetos. Oh, man. So I'm doing like this cleanse thing with my wife or whatever. Man, I tell you what. I'm gonna go for a bag of Doritos right now. I love like Doritos and Cheetos and kind of like chips, hot pretzels, nuts. Alright, all the con lights are in. We'll see what that looks like here in a second. Those were 47 bulbs, and then let's get these. Alright, so we got this board. These are all 555s. Let's do these. We had a jackpot, and I think we've been doing pink. And then red for the arrow. Pink. Red. And what is that? Hang on. Mongol Hurry Up. Probably cool. Well, that's white. Probably warm white. Alright, so let's get this board back in before I forget. Alright, so this board gets put back here. And again, the reason why we pulled the entire board out was to clean the inserts. One, I'm anal. Two, the inserts were dirty as shit. Titty, I will be there. I will be on Deadflip's channel on Friday. So when you see my beautiful face that you hardly ever see, I'll be there. Yeah, game's fun. Very unique. Unique, New York, right? A car almost hit you as you're crossing the street? What the hell? That would suck. It's a quick way to ruin your night. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to hang out with Jack on stream and be a part of the game being streamed for the first time. Really, first time, really, I mean, besides the YouTube video that Chuck put together. Pretty awesome. Probably be pretty quiet because I won't know what to say. I'll probably get made fun of because I say that's awesome a lot. So you'll hear Ben Heck say, "That's awesome." Just like that, too. He'll be like, "That's awesome." Because apparently I say that a lot. Yeah, I tell you what, I do too. Are you a Packers fan, or you just hate the Cardinals? I'm worried, though, because of the last time, man, we got smoked by them. I mean, absolutely just flipping lit up by them. It was not fun. Yeah, I saw that. What do you think of that? Do you think, I mean, LA will support it? I mean, I obviously think LA is going to support it. I guess, to me, I just think of the Dodgers. It's just the weirdest thing. Like, you go to a Dodgers game, or you watch a Dodgers game. I've been to a couple Dodgers games before at the stadium. But, man, the first and second inning, there's no one there. And then all of a sudden, third inning, people start coming. And then by the seventh inning, people start leaving. It's like, what? And maybe it's just they got stuff going on or what, but it just seems like maybe it's the traffic. I don't know. But just really weird that it's like a third inning to seventh inning stadium. Just funny to me. I always found that interesting. But, dude, I love the Dodgers. Next to the Brewers, I mean, probably my next favorite team. But Kind of sad to see the Rams leave. Yeah, I'm sure attendance will go through the roof for the first, couple of years, and then if they continue to play like garbage, I don't know how long that they'll keep the stadium really full. I guess that's kind of my concern, and who gives a shit about my concerns, but... Oh, no kidding, really, that's awesome. Well, good for you. I'm definitely not a Rams fan, I just Midwest, represent. Something like that. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I mean, out of any market, certainly you guys deserve an NFL team. Alright, let's turn this thing on. Again, you're going to hear a bunch of bings and bongs. Oh, man, look at those con lights. Dude. Wow. Alright, so I see an insert. No, we got that Mongol hurry up yet. Dude. Do you see that? I'm going to shut off the lights. Hold on. So much better. Excuse me. I really dig this purple there, man. It's going to look great. Owl was here when I first started taking this game apart, and he was saying purple star posts. So I ordered purple star posts from Terry. They should be here Thursday or, probably Friday, would be my guess. So we'll have them for next stream, and we'll start putting stuff together. All this stuff should be done tumbling by then. Yeah, I am pumped, snowboarder. This looks so much better. When I started this stream, I showed how dim it was and how garbagey the inserts looked. Wow, I am pumped, dude. What a difference. What a difference. I love insert LEDs. It's great. Absolutely love it. Alright, let's fix... Hang on. I'm just going to fix this guy here. Alright, I think that's everything for inserts. Let's pull it back down. Sorry. Yeah, I think the only one I'm not really happy with is that red arrow, but I think that's on a board. I don't think I can move that one at all. Just looks dimmer towards the top compared to the others. Yeah, so I'm a little worried about the Packer game with the Cardinals. We'll see what happens, but that's I'll be watching that game for sure. But I'll tell you what, I'm worried. The last game, it seemed like we caught a little bit of offense and we got going and we started hurrying up a little bit, and it just seemed like we really got a little bit going. I didn't feel like, initially they got after Rodgers, but Rodgers was moving around a lot, but I don't know. Felt like they weren't getting after us as much as what I expected them to. My thing is I feel like they're playing press coverage on all our receivers, and our receivers, they know that they can't do anything down the field, or we're not going deep, so they run press, and we can't get any short yardage plays, which sucks. Yeah, I hope so. Better than last time I played. Yeah, I think the only real insert that I'm not happy with, maybe this one does it the same, it just seems like this red trails off a little bit. Alright, let's get the lights back on. I'm going to pull the wax off, or polish the wax out with a clean rag, and we'll start doing some, what What time is it? I'm not really tired yet, so. Do I see DSR here? DSR, if you've been here and you haven't said anything, oh man, it's on. It is on. Yeah, it seems like there's a little bit more flicker on the camera than there is actually when I'm looking at it. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Shh. Trying to be all sneaky, eh? Thanks for stopping in, man. I miss you. Where have you been? Oh, did you? Yeah, I didn't see it. Sorry. I'm sorry, DSR. I love you. Be right back. I grab a egg. Yeah, I agree, snowboarder. Real fans don't leave games. I mean, even if they're losing. All right, so let's I'm gonna pull this out and we'll go a little bit higher with this. Yeah, it's really hard for the West Coast to watch those games. SAS Trooper, I watch them, but I'm Central, so I'm 2 hours different than the West Coast guys would be. And I mean, they're on pretty early. I kind of like to sleep in as much as I can on Sundays, especially if I'm up gaming or something like that. All right, so we waxed on. Now we're gonna wax off. And again, I kind of waxed everywhere just to really get a good layer. I was gonna do something with that Sanctum ware there. I just decided, you know what? I just don't really feel like taking this game down for that long. I mean, I really thought about getting after it. I thought about getting this re-clear coated in the whole 9 yards, and I don't know. I want to play it, I guess. It's not terrible. I can always go that route later, I guess, but I'm going to have to pull this the wall drop target. When I was looking underneath before when I was backing out, it was quite kind of nasty looking. I think I got the new return coil for that. And then for this target here, the yellow target, I got a new drop coil for that, the one that drops it. That one was like rattling a little bit. So now we're just getting some of the wax out of here. And again, we didn't put a lot on, but we put a pretty good layer on. Rubber ducks are yellow. Thanks for the follow. I put my alerts on. I know it's kind of lame in chat, but I had a hard time seeing them otherwise. So at least while I'm doing repair streams. So thanks for the follow. Long story short. We just got done putting LEDs in the game. We waxed earlier. We are taking the wax off now. We are making progress on this game. You can see some of these inserts got a little bit of checking on them. And that looks like on the top side. So, I mean, I could really probably go and get it cleared, but trying to get fresh area of the towel. And change towels here shortly. We do need to pull the apron off yet, and then this metal ball guide. So we'll be doing some of that yet, but I think next week we're going to work on the metal. I'm going to try to set up the cameras in my workshop. I've got, my wife calls them alien lights in there because they're like daytime bulbs and it's like super bright. But I think we're going to pull the camera rig in there if I can get it set up on time before the stream. And we'll work on regraining. David Batman, what is going on? Thanks for stopping in, man. You missed some of the fun we waxed earlier. We're just taking some of it off now, and we got all the LEDs in. I'll turn it on here and again in a second. We did all the insert LEDs, and we're about to do the GI LEDs. And then, next week, we should be able to start assembling. I ordered some new parts from Pinball Life and, Marco Specialties. And we've got some new star posts. We got purple from Alanana's suggestion. He said he'd put purple in before, and he said it looks awesome. So I took it, and I really like this purple theme. And we got all these purple inserts here lit up. So I'm pretty excited. Hey, thanks. So you did watch the VOD? Cool. Thanks a lot for checking it out. Glad you were able to take a look. Eventually, go back and take a look at the Addams Family stuff. That's when it'll be a while, a little bit here before I go back to Addams Family, but get caught up on that. That's gonna be interesting to see how that all goes. I just bent the shit out of that. I really want to try to get that shooter lane cleaned up and waxed, and we need to get that metal cleaned up. We're going to regrain all the metal, I think, next week, which will be a noisy, long process, but we'll see. Yeah, dude, I like kicked the shit out of that camera off. And that's the thing I hate about like this part of or the streaming, like this stuff, is I feel like I move you guys around a ton. Like if I was watching that, I'd be like, dude, I'm gonna have a headache. But I mean, there's really no avoiding this. Up, down, moving around, just to see. Yeah, you can really see some of the wax kind of still staying in some of the kind of the grainier areas of the playfield. Not perfect by any means, but I'll tell you what, it cleaned up pretty nice. If you saw it from before, it was definitely had some ball trails, and it needed some love. Awesome. So glad that we get you streaming too as well. I'm really excited to see your setup. Tell you what, David, you need to do a tour of your games. I'd love to see even your vids and stuff. I mean, I don't have a lot, but here's my my joust. A little bit of screen burn in, unfortunately. And then over here, my tapper. Over there is my big buck hunter. Probably want to wax like the center area again. I do see like a few areas like right in here there's a little bit of a ball trail still, so I'm gonna probably try to touch that area again with a melanite foam. So just a few little areas, and right here I can see some different pattern. Stash Kid is always here. Stash Kid should probably mod him or something, because dude's here constantly. But I was trying to hit Stash Kid's stream too as well. If you guys aren't already, make sure you follow Stash Kid, and David Batman's going to start doing streams too as well. What was it, David? You got 8 machines and 50 arcade games, right? 50 arcade games and 8 pinball machines. I think that's just his working area. I think that's in his basement or in his arcade room. He still has, I think, a few more. Let's see if my memory was correct. If it is, I'm going to high-five myself. Boom. Heck yeah. High five. Look at that. I called it, dude. Yeah, dude, I love watching all the pinball. Yeah, DSR used to be here all the time, then I stopped streaming, and he's like, dude, screw this, I'm leaving. DSR was always here, though, before, man. DSR and I go way back. Way back, right, dude? Yeah, DSR, if you get a chance, Airself. Hey, if you get a chance, DSR, I'm going to be on Dead Flip stream on Friday, way early. It's like 5 p.m. Central Time, but we're going to be streaming the Rob Zombie Monkey Quest. Monkey Island. That was awesome. I love that game. Firepower. I love Firepower. Alright. So for the wax, I mean, you're going to have little bits flying around everywhere. That's the only thing I hate about it is that just that white crud kind of. But for the most part, I feel we got most of it up, and we didn't really put a lot on. So real quick, I'm just going to take a Q-tip or ear stabber or cleaner or ear rod or whatever you want to call it. Okay, snowboarder, we'll see you in a second. I'm sure you're already back because my stream is probably delayed a little bit. Yeah, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Dead Flip's channel. I'll probably try to host him so that you guys know that I'm on. And a lot of you guys obviously follow Dead Flip already, so you'll just see me in the background looking like a doofus. But it'll be fun. I'm excited to play the game with him, get his thoughts, and be there live. And how cool is that? So right now I'm just taking a Q-tip and I'm just trying to get like any of the wax kind of out of the holes. We were really pretty careful. I'm going to try to be careful when I do this to not get, like wax in, just in everywhere. I mean, some people you just see and they cake wax on and they use like buffers and the shit gets everywhere and it gets on all these holes and you'll have wax for days, months, years. Oh no. Are you there? I'm sorry. Did I mute it? I think I must have hit a hotbind key for the mute button. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hear me now? Sweet. Sorry, I think I hit a hotline when my screen went black. So, yeah, these are the LEDs. Pretty pumped. I think they look great. Color match. Kind of color match. This is actually a clear insert, like white. I put purples in there. Cool whites in the Mongols. Red here. Red for the arrows. Pink for the jackpots. I think red for the extra ball. Cool. Warm whites for the orangish colors. Greens for the locks. Greens for the cons. Red for the shoot agains. So now we're going to start doing some, these are going to be really flipping bright. Wow, bright. Yeah, there is like a slight strobe to it too, so I'm going to have to do that mod. That'll diffuse once we get the plastics on. But that is bright. Yeah, those are bright. I might have the dimming on too as well, so we'll take a look at it. Let's see if it's dimmer than all the rest. God, it's bright! So bright! Can't effing see! Yeah, these are meant to be bright because they're under plastics. There's like a white piece of melamine foam in there. Okay, so we're doing purples in here. We want a purple hue on the bottom and over here. Yeah, and this one I'm just doing maintenance right now. We've got this thing completely tore apart. Everything's off on the top end. I did play this on stream in one of my VODs, video on demands, probably a couple weeks ago, right before I took it apart. And I just decided to throw LEDs in it, and then it just kind of escalated from there. I'm like, too dark. I could throw just LEDs in it, but then I realized that it was dirty and it needed to be cleaned up. And we had massive like ball trails in here and way in the back, so I really just wanted to get it cleaned up. So was one that I felt that just needed some more love, I guess. We will get back to playing it though and get it back into shape. I'm doing the same thing with an Addams Family too as well. So mostly right now I'm doing maintenance streams. And then I'll get back to playing, but I got a few projects that I wanted to work on. So Wednesdays I'm going to try to reserve for maintenance. I mean, I might kind of goof around at the end of the night. We moved over to Roadshow, which is right next to this, and played this and threw paper towels and all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping to get some more. And I just saw some wax right in here that I forgot to take off. Oh yeah, we'll get back to playing. I might pick up some more days, just depending on my schedule and stuff too as well. So I had 3 days before, but I just wasn't really. I want to keep the schedule. You know what I mean? I want to stay on it as much as possible. And just right now, I've got a lot of stuff. I got little kids and stuff, so it's kind of hard to get on every night. But I mean, that's where the later streams come in because everybody's sleeping right now. My wife's passed out, and yeah. Yeah, right? Hashtag paper towel rage. Snowboarder bits are like the currency, so we'll use those for giveaways or just for random things. It's actually part of the mod, and I'm a big, obviously you can tell by like the logo and stuff like that. I never really spent a lot of time on it, but I've been really into Tron. It's probably my favorite newer pinball machine. So yeah, the bits are a form of currency in the Tron universe. So you're a towel. You're a towel. So yeah, we'll use those. I think that I did have the heist. You can do the heist right now, and then you can, basically bid and get more bits, and then we'll use those for stuff later on. So I haven't spent a lot of time on the on that system. It was something that I was kind of playing with right before I took a little break. Streaming for, I don't know, 6-7 months, but I took a huge break. I started streaming like right around DSR, what was it, maybe May, June-ish. Streamed pretty consistently there for about 3 days a week, and then, it started when you first start streaming. I mean, you got like 1 or 2 people watching. It's pretty hard to build a community, and and a lot of times I was just doing stuff with myself, which is fine. And the whole point of me doing this was to get a little bit better at pinball and to be a more consistent player, because I have all these machines and I don't always play them. I can't really quite remember the time frame, but I took a little bit of a hiatus there because then summer got away from me and I wanted to get on the boat and kids had stuff going on. So yeah, it just became kind of a mess, and couldn't really keep consistency. So I'm like, you know what? I need to come up with a schedule and stick to it. And I try to avoid. I like watching football. So Sundays was not in the question. Monday Night Football, didn't want to do it then. Thursday Night Football. So I really shot for Wednesday. It just seems to work. So it's kind of how I landed on Wednesday and the time frame and stuff like that. Because I get the little kids to bed, and can just hang out and work on stuff and play and hang out with you guys. So. Alright, so we're going to do red. This is like a big brick pattern plastic here. We're going to do red all in here. So we got 3, 4, 5. 6. Yeah, I might do more streams. Bring more people with you guys, and I'll stream more. Woo! I mean, the sad thing is I mean, I'm not gonna be able to. Wow, this one had a shitload of wax in it. What the hell? I'm not gonna be able to keep streaming Wednesday nights and expect to finish these projects. I mean, this is not gonna happen. There's no way. So I mean, eventually. I can't effing get that one. Eventually, especially when I do the Addams Family, I'm going to have to move to more because otherwise we'll be doing this for forever. We'll never get to play. Come on. Excuse me. I'm gonna run around my head cut off. Yeah, so I think you know, we're gonna have to do some more streams coming up here, even if we don't have anybody watching, just to get shit done. I know Stash Kid and DSR will be here. Sass Trooper because he's a trooper. Alright, so I just kind of bent that bracket back. I couldn't get the light in. I was pushing it in and I couldn't get it in. No one wants to see me play snowboarder. I suck. Boy, this piece of crap. One of those. Heck yeah, we're going to play the shit out of this when I get this done. I'm excited to play this game. Just take us a little bit to dial it in, too. Alright, I'm trying to remember what the hell's over here. Well, this is under the playfield. So I think red, bricks. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with these two. We're going to do blue. Hey, I said Sass would be there because you're a trooper. You'll be there, trooper. I love all you guys. Yeah, I took reference picks. Not a lot. I mean, I maybe took like 5. David, stupid, but I have a whole stream to go back and look at. Yeah, it'll be real fun when I come back and I put this thing back together. I'll be like, oh my god, where does all this stuff go? I think in one of the streams I actually said, I'm going to regret this later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do this one. 6. Cover your eyes. That's a bulb. I think that's a socket. Alright, so I definitely have two sockets that are finicky. Snowboard, you're an aircraft mechanic? No kidding. I really enjoy the flight sim stuff. I'm kind of new to it, but I have like yoke and rudder pedals and quadrant, and I fly a program called Prepared. Really enjoy it. It's kind of just relaxing and like simulation stuff when I play video games. And that's one that I enjoy. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see what, David, I'm trying to see what the flight sim stuff really offers. I've really thought about getting in on some space sim stuff. I do have the only VR compatible game that I have right now is Elite Dangerous. I thought about toying with it for that. I kind of want to see what everybody says first. I'm kind of hesitant. That's cool. I play that Prepared program. I fly the 737 aircraft, the 800. It's made by PMDG. It's like a full-on simulation of the 737. So still learning it. I mean, it's a ton of learning curve, I guess, so to speak. So I'm still kind of learning it, but I can fly it, which is pretty impressive, I guess, to say it's on. I know the CDU pretty well, and I'm getting the hang of it. Would like to stream it one day, but some of those guys are pretty crazy that stream that stuff. Alright, so I'm going to do purple down here too, I think. This one was not too much purple. We'll see what it looks like. I've got purple star post coming, like I said, from Pinball Life, so we're going to throw a purple down in here. Yeah, so I'm not set on an Oculus thing yet. We'll see. Interested, let's put it that way. Oh shit, I just dropped that LED in there. I looked at the screen while I was reading, and I dropped it down that hole. So stupid. All right, so we're gonna follow purple down here, purple all in this area, purple rubber, purple star posts, purple inserts. Hopefully, it's not too much purple. And then we're gonna follow blue and red. We'll see what that looks like. Got red there. The ramp comes down. I can't remember if this is brick over here. Or is that? Alright, time to pull out a picture. Oh, really? Pinball is? I didn't realize that they were going to be Oculus compatible. Well, that'll be interesting. Look at that ball trail in there. Oh! See that ball trail? In the gray? Nasty. Let's see it. Just threw an LED somewhere and I don't know what I did with it. What's that thing? Is that what color? Oh, red. Hey, good night, man. Huh. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. So this is under the ramp. I'm gonna take the blue out of here, move that over here. I'm gonna do a red brick. I thought that was really close. Oh no shit! That's, dude, that's a cool story. That's crazy, snowboarder. That's really cool. I assume you like aviation? Purple, purple. if I should do blue or red. I think this blue is going to look out of place. I need to look and see what plastic's there. I don't remember. Yeah, snowboarder. I'm kind of a dork. I look at the sky when I see a plane and that stuff, and then sometimes I even pull up FlightAware and I look and see where they're flying. Super dorky, but right now I'm just looking into that plastic. Alright, I think we're going to carry... This is... Fuck, that's frosted. I need clear. I don't know if I have any more clears. I think we're going to leave that blue for now, and I think I'm going to do this one red. I just don't want it frosted. I want it clear. Well, I had more red. Night Stash Kid, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for hanging out as always. You are the man. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be going too much longer here. I kind of want to figure this out, but I don't know. I found a clear lens. I pulled the other one off, but it won't stay on. I'll have to glue it. I might just kind of shove this one back in here. Yeah, so a couple of these these lights, these GI lights, just finicky, so we're going to have to get new ones. So I need 1, 2... This really needs a dome on it. Wow, I didn't realize that made that much difference. Well, this is super bright for you guys. How does this go? Oh no, I forgot. I didn't take enough pictures. Oh no. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Where was this? Oh, it was back here. I don't know how the F is going on there, something like this. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I think I like that.
Who's that?
Who's that? Man, we still got a lot of cleaning to do, guys. So much cleaning to do. I've had some loose lamp sockets lately. Well, I'll try to fix it. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a loose lamp, or we could just take, I mean, I've done it before. We've taken a Dremel and just kind of like wound on the inside a little bit. Yeah, this thing might need to be just kind of quickly cleaned up. We'll try it. I'm going to have to glue this light, though. That one red LED. But, yeah, I think that's probably we're going to call it quits. It's just midnight here. Really don't have a whole lot more planned for this evening. We can't really start putting the game back together. And I don't really want to start grinding metal tonight. Kind of not really interested in doing that. We do have a couple flashers and stuff we could put in, I guess, in the back box. Maybe we'll just do the back box quick, so that's done. That's pretty quick. We got the keys in it, so that won't be too bad. Lights are grimy. Okay. Chromed out. Yeah, that I agree. That is the worst. You know, you spend all the time in the game and then something happens, and especially when it's under, like a plastic under a ramp, and it's just kind of like hanging out. It's like, I can't get to it. So many lights. Alright, ready for all these LEDs? Probably vac this all off later. So I just got a crap load of LED lights here, whites. I'll put these in. Thanks again for coming in tonight, guys, and hanging out. Really appreciate it. Keeps me motivated to do these. The next couple streams will be really starting to put stuff back together. Part should be in here later this week. Thought hopefully they hit before the stream, but just couldn't get them ordered in time. I was gonna order them, but then I got tied up with something and forgot about it. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't order parts. But we got a lot done tonight. We got all the insert LEDs done, got it waxed. Back box LEDs. We'll get the flashers done. Hopefully these all work. It's gonna be really bright when I turn it on, so. Still have the blues in the corner from the original back glass, so we'll see what I decide. Can't remember if I have a GI string up there or not. Yeah, it looks like this string's out. Are you kidding me? A 27-year-old? Are you kidding? It's $30,000 on tickets. Alright, yeah, we got a GI repair we gotta do there. Oh, again, this game was overseas. You can see connector shouldn't be there. Connector here looks like it disconnected here, which would probably be that string. So, yeah, we'll do that next stream. Cute. We got some DMD buzzing. Probably should rebuild the DMD board. DMD board actually doesn't look bad, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But yeah, the top string is completely out. Look at that. Oh well, that sucks. I was really hoping I'd get off stream and realize that I won. I'm surprised I actually know who it is already. So obviously he had $30,000 to spend on tickets. He did not need the money. Was he the only winner? Wow. That's crazy. Alright, well I got a GI repair to do now. I didn't realize that. Should have looked a little bit closer, I guess. Huh. Stupid half-lit translate. I don't know. Looks a little spotty right in here. That's Urix translate. I don't know if I like the blue. I might take those out and put the whites back in. It is definitely brighter. Granted, we don't have any of the plastic or ramps or anything on, but looks pretty good in person. I mean, the stream looks okay, but so we've got a couple that need to be fixed. Yeah, it's bright on cams. I'm just gonna tag these so I know which ones I need to. It will look better once the plastics are on. And there's the power protection. I think that was the only other dim one. Yeah, no problem, snowboarder. Enjoy, my man. The wax won't let the tape stick. That's cool. Yeah, we're not going to go too much longer here anyway. I'm just going to take a look at a couple of these here and just kind of see what we got. Hey, Buckwheat, what's going on? Yeah, we've been working on this game. We just put the LEDs in tonight in the GI and also the... Yeah, I just feel like that connector's loose. We put all of the LED lights in tonight and waxed the play field and just took it... took the wax off a little bit ago here. Right now we're just kind of fixing a couple leftover issues and we're going to start putting the game back together. Yeah, it's based off the comic book. It's kind of a cool game. The movie sucked. Oh shit, what did I do with that? Oh, there it is. So yeah, we pulled a lot of stuff out. So David, this is kind of what we were dealing with. I don't know if you can see. I'll get you a little closer here. And Buckwheat, if you haven't already, make sure you click that follow button, man. I'm working on a Navs family too as well, so kind of hard to see. But you can see there's a little bit of corrosion on a lot of the metal on the game. Trying to move you a little bit better here. Sorry. Can you see kind of the corrosion on it? Rust almost. Yeah, I know. So I'm just gonna take like a brass brush. This is really taking the easy way out right now, but I'll probably end up replacing it. I'll just need to order them. I'm just gonna see if this works for now. Normally I take like a Dremel, but it's late and I'm not gonna get it out right now. If it's flaky, I'll probably just replace it because it doesn't cost me crap to replace these. But a lot of times these little discs get yeah, this one was kind of loose, so we're just gonna kind of give it a little bit of a tighter squeeze. And that looks like it's brighter. Yeah, it looks just as bright as the other ones now. Doesn't seem flaky either. So I'll probably run with that for now. Let's shut it back off so I don't ruin anything. And put it back together here. Yeah, Buckwheat, this is a really fun game. I enjoy it. I didn't think much of it at first when I first played it, but it's got diverter ramps on it. I don't know if you've seen it or know much about it. And there's rings. You're trying to complete these rings as you go through, which then it gives you vengeance. There's a little scoop to do different modes that are all lit up in the bottom. It's kind of neat. Quite fun. Alright, let's see what that looks like for that one. Perfect. It is. Yeah, it does. So this was the one that was flaky. Doesn't seem that way anymore. So that's marked it with tape. Alright, let's move around. Yeah, it is really popular in tournament play, too. Alright, so the next one, all these were good. We got one here and one here. So let's take a look at those two. Hang on. This one, right? Yeah. Alright, I need to get in here a little bit, so I'm going to move you guys just a touch here. Excuse me. God, right in the mic. Yeah, same thing. Corrosion on this one, or kind of rust, so we're going to kind of do the same thing. Again, typically I opt to replace these. I don't think I have any spares right now. For instance, on my Adams family that I'm doing, I'm going to replace all of them. I'm going to start fresh. Because, well, why not? Sniffling now. I'm a wreck. Yeah, maybe they'll sponsor me. I have tens of people watching my stream at any given time. I'm going to replace all the sockets in this. I'll promote your socket company. Can you please send me a discount? Buy a bunch of them. It's pretty funny. You never know, though, right? If we get 20s of people watching me, it'd be better. Alright, so squeeze that socket a little bit. I think that was a little loose, too. Excuse me. Jesus, sorry, guys. Alright, before I... Not flaky anymore. That one is done. So let's get that back in. Getting some success here. socket to them. Nice. Yeah, man, I'm excited to do that Adams Family. That's going to be fun. Remind me of that when I'm complaining. You said this was going to be fun. You lied to us. To all of us. You lied, sir. This one, next to the hole. Son of a... Found it. Wow, this one's even worse. Again, this is the really cheap, janky way out, but... Janky! Alright. So, it was really hard to see on camera, but they were super dim before, these LEDs. And now they're normal brightness, which is what we're looking for. So we fixed all those. I think that was the last one, guys. Got so much stuff done tonight. Alright, let's take a look. Pull this back down. Alright. So this one was dim. This one was dim. And where was the other one? I don't know. Well, I don't see it, so that's good. We have no more dim LEDs from those sockets. So, got away with without having to replace the sockets. I know this is super, super duper bright right now, but we're going to be able to put the plastics on. It's going to dim it down quite a bit. And it should look pretty sharp once we get the plastics in. Kind of carrying the red theme for the bricked areas, and the blue theme for underneath the playfield and underneath the ramp, and then purple kind of hanging out on this bottom area. We're going to do purple flipper rubbers. Oh man, it's going to look sweet. I'm excited. Yeah, thanks. The inserts look great. I mean, it really pops. I mean, it's so much brighter now. And I like to play in low light conditions, like I was saying, so... I'll tell you what, I'm pretty excited right now. One, all the lights work as far as playfield GI and playfield inserts, so we're sitting really, really good. Seems like the flashing, I mean, I think that was the GI power saver, was at 2 minutes. We do have backbox GI. The top string is out, so we will have to do something with that. But for the most part, I'm really, really happy. So we'll add some spotlights to this and get it even more cleaned up. So now we're going to focus on the metal areas. So, you know, I've always done natural rubber. You know, I thought about trying Terry's new rubber. We'll see. I have natural purple rubber for the flipper rubbers, and I've always done just the white standards or black standard rubber, but we'll see. I've thought about going that clear rubber on Tron and possibly like The Walking Dead, so definitely not out of the question. As of right now, I have not ordered any other certain kind of rubber. I don't know if I'll have to put another order in or not. So we might just do the standard white, and then when I come back and I do the ramps, because I want to get the ramps I'm really interested in doing the ramps, and specifically the wire forms. I don't have any right here, but the wire forms are garbage. They've got kind of that same type of corrosion metal kind of look to it. So I'd really like to get those replated. But realistically, to get this game going again, I think we're going to wait to do that, and we'll do the ramp first. I've got brand new diverter ramps because the ramps I had, I don't know if they're in that box down there. The diverter ramps actually had weld marks, so it was busted out at one point. So you can see spot welds, and they weren't done the greatest. I mean, it works. It holds the ball in, and the sides aren't out. But we did have an issue with the welds, and they're darker. You can definitely see the spots on them and things like that. So I did order brand new diverter ramps. So the idea there was to either get those plated and put them in the game this time, or I'm going to put the ramps back on the way they are, get them cleaned up as much as I can just by hand, and then get them plated after, which is more than likely the route we're going to go to get this thing playing, because I'd like to have it playing for an event that I have here in February. I'd like to have this game back up, so I just don't think I'm going to get them back in time. So it's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, exactly. The bounce, is really a factor. I've played a Shadow with like purple flipper rubbers before, and it's worked out pretty well. Really haven't had had much of an issue. Not to the fact that I didn't like it. So we'll see. We'll put it in there for now. I already have those. It's got the standard white rubber. So we'll see. But we'll come back to it. I do want to get it all plated. We'll come back and get like all the rail plated. So like all of this rail replated. You can kind of see it's just kind of funky looking. It just doesn't look good. And the ramps. I'm gonna go grab a ramp quick and just show it to you. Hold on one sec. Hey, snowboarder, you're still here. Great, glad you made it back. So this is the ramp, and you can kind of see it's got like it's just dull, and if you look at it, you can see some imperfection. It's got, I'm trying to do this while looking at the camera and it's going backwards, but there's just some funky spots. I think right in here is probably the easiest to see. See how it's kind of like blacked out a little bit there? I know the camera's not in focus, so it's just kind of nasty looking. So I'm going to try to clean it up the best I can. But I would like to get these replated. It would look really, really sharp. It just kind of looks kind of dull. Yeah, Avatar, Tron, Roadshow, and normally Adam's Family was here. That's all taken apart. And then Shadow, and then directly behind, the one with the silver box is Aztec, Lion Man behind there, or Swords of Fury, then Grand Lizard, Demolition Man behind Tron, and then Walking Dead, and then way in the back, if I lift up, way over there, Pinball, Meteor, Atlantis, Fishtails. I got Fishtails not too long ago, and then my Whirlwind that I'm going to be working on soon. And then in my back shop area, I've got a space shuttle, and what the hell else do we got back there? Space shuttle and Flight 2000. And then obviously Adam's Family is the game that I'll be restoring. So I'm like turned. So sorry. Holy crap! $450 Swords of Fury. I would love a $450 Swords of Fury. I kind of blew the bank a little bit when I bought mine. I got it in Texas this last year, Texas Pinball Festival. So saw a really nice example there, and I just had to grab it. So I went down with Spooky Pinball and got it. So hey, thanks, Snowboarder. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I got a little bit of work to do. The fishtails I got is pretty bad. I'm on the CPR list. I've been on the CPR list for a while. So I'm hoping to get a playfield for that. Eventually we'll go through and probably restore that one too as well. That's why I said all the pins are being taken apart. Just ridiculous. And so Fishtails is one that it's kind of a... don't really want to play it too much. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's just got a lot of fish insert wear, and the cabinet's kind of janky. It just needs some work and some love. So I got that game really, really cheap though. So I'm really excited to have it. I've wanted one for a while, so got on the CPR list when it first came out for the Fishtails playfield, so I'm hoping to grab one of those, and then also the mini playfield in plastics, so hoping to get that one restored. But first in the line, we'll get this, and then, like I said, we're going to put this one back together, probably with the ramps the way they are. I might send the diverter ramps off and get those brass plated, which I've seen done. Looks amazing. I actually want to message the guy now because it's probably been about a year and a half since I got them done, and I'm really kind of interested to see see how it's held up. So we'll see. And then after those get sent off and come back, then we'll go through and probably take the wire forms back off, which will be a pain in the ass. But you know what? I want to play this for a while, and then we'll send the wire forms off and get those replated. I want to make sure I get my diverter ramps back because they're brand new, never been used. And I don't want it. I heard he does sometimes an exchange where you'll send a ramp in and then he'll turn it around quicker and send you somebody else's ramp back that's already been plated, which is awesome, but not awesome if that one has a bunch of spot welds, because that's what I was trying to avoid. So we'll see. Need to do a toss up on that. So yeah, Judge Dredd. I saw you just run the pins thing. Judge Dredd is at my brother's, and I have his avatar right now. So my brother's got like 10 machines, and it's really kind of neat because we trade. So we try to avoid duplicating anything in our collection. The only game that we have of the same game, he did have a space shuttle, but he sold his, and we both have a Pinbot. My Pinbot's a little rough. I'm gonna do the playfield on that too as well. So yeah, the ones that are down right now out of that list, Meteor's got a broken drop target right now. Flight 2000 is completely destroyed, taken apart. Space Shuttle is a wreck. Pinbot works fine, works great actually. It's just really dark, and the playfield has a lot of checking in it. So that one's gonna be done. Grand Lizard is near perfect. I think there's a broken plastic. Swords of Fury is near perfect. Bally Atlantis is near perfect. Whirlwind is down. That's one that I'm gonna have to go through and do a full shop on. I've got an issue with the GI, and those have the GI relays in it, so I've got to fix that. I started on it and I diverted to something else. Adam's Family was working great. Just looked like garbage, and it needed to be cleaned, and we totally dismantled that on stream. All the VODs are there, and that's when we're gonna get a brand new cabinet, brand new playfield, try to basically replace everything in the game and build it from the ground up again. Judge Dredd looks great. I shopped it not too long ago. All LEDs, very similar to what we did here. Took it down the same way, regrained all the metal rails. Powered through that game. And that, if you've ever done a Judge Dredd, that game has a ton of metal in it, especially in like the apron area and things like that. I've never grained so many ball guides ever. And immediately after finishing Judge Dredd, I did Demolition Man, and that game is just a rat's nest of ramps and two different beasts or animals altogether. So that was one I did right after. Roadshow doesn't have LEDs. I mean, it's got a few LEDs. But it's not done all the way. It's fairly clean, but my brother did have it, and I probably need to go through and shop it. I did notice that, like Ted, for instance, like the side of his helmet in the game, like right kind of in that area. You can see the screws missing, and his head was moving kind of up and down. So I gotta toss a screw in there before somebody plays it and we break his face, because he looks pretty good compared to some of the others. And I've got no fish insert or fish wear on that game, so yeah, this one's pretty nice. I mean, you can see some little ball trails and stuff. It doesn't need to be cleaned up. Sorry for the light. And then Tron, obviously, I got new in box, and same thing with Walking Dead, two brand new games. So, yeah, so that's kind of my collection, all in all. And then I just picked up Fishtails not too long ago, but that game's, I mean, it plays. I mean, it works great, really. Just kind of dark and needs to be cleaned up. So yeah, any other questions? Pretty much wrapped up for the night. I'm kind of getting a little tired. You can kind of tell I was kind of not talking as much there for a little bit and just kind of getting a few things. Snowboarder, we did get there was a few LEDs. I don't know if you noticed. This guy was dim. This one was dim, and there was another one over. I think it was this one was dim, and it was the sockets. We just kind of cleaned up the sockets a little bit, pulled them, tightened them, like squeezed them together a little bit, and put them back in, and everything looks great. So I'll probably buy some sockets just so I have them. I'm going to buy them for Adam's family, so we'll wait, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we did something to those dim bulbs. Yeah, we got it kind of cleaned up and fixed and working. So, man, I tell you what, some of these inserts, I look and see got like some checking in the inserts. I kind of really want to get this cleared, but oh well. We do have a GI string on the top out in the back box, so we're gonna have to fix that. But so yeah, we got a little bit of a list to work on, but. Yeah, really appreciate everybody coming out and checking stuff out tonight, hanging out and doing stuff. DSR, good to see you. Sass Trooper, thanks for being a trooper and being here like the whole time. Really appreciate it. Thanks for checking in. It's awesome. David, glad you made it. Twista, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I do like The Walking Dead. I'll tell you what, out of all the new Stern pins, Tron is... just based on theme is my favorite. I love Call Me a Dork. I love the Legacy movie. Love the music. Really, really like the game. To me, with the ramps and all the little mods and stuff you can do, I mean, it's just a cool looking game. I really, really like that game. Walking Dead, you know what? Every single code update has been fantastic. I like it a lot. I like the show, so that was kind of one. I was kind of hesitant when I first saw it, and I was kind of like, and I balked at it, and I didn't think much of it. And then as I thought more and more about it, I was kind of bouncing between a Star Trek Pro, excuse me, and then also The Walking Dead. And I'm really, really, really happy I grabbed The Walking Dead. And I kind of grabbed it a little early. I think it was still base code, but I knew that they were going to do it, and I knew Lyman was doing it. So I'm glad I'm really happy I grabbed it. Got it new in box, so I was happy. Tanny, thanks. Glad you liked the stream. Definitely stop back. Like I said, we're gonna start putting this thing back together probably next Wednesday for sure. I might add in some more days. We'll see, especially now that football is ending. I was really hesitant to stream on Thursdays, but I could probably start doing Wednesday, Thursdays. And especially that, like I was saying earlier, it's going to be hard to make progress on some of these games, and especially when we have a lot to do. mean, this one we've been pretty fortunate. I think we're 4 streams in, and we have cleaned up a lot of this game. I mean, we cleaned everything up from tearing it down for one, and then going through and getting all the ball trails, waxing LEDs, cleaning all the inserts, and now putting all the GI in, fixing all the GI bulb issues on the lower part of the playfield. I mean, basically everything works. We've got a few coil issues we got to work out. So we'll work on that, and we got obviously the GI string for the top that we'll need to fix. But yeah, DSR. Don't forget this Friday, I'll be on with Dead Flip up in Benton, Wisconsin at Spooky Pinball, and it'll be 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think is when he's going to go live. More than likely, we'll be playing until 8 or 9 o'clock, at least Central, maybe longer. We'll see how it goes. And we're going to do the Rob Zombie stream. So pretty excited to hang out. Ben Heck's going to be there. Charlie, obviously, from Spooky Pinball. Dead Flip. And then myself will be there. There might be a few other people, too, as well. So definitely stop in and say hey. It'll be a great time. I'll probably keep my mouth shut because, well, dude, yeah, everybody else is going to have a hell of a lot more important things to say than anything I'll have to say. But like I said, I didn't work on that game. I worked on the America's Most Haunted and the wiring harness development and all that stuff. So just to show, I mean, I'm sure you guys have all seen I got shit everywhere here, sorry. I'm sure you guys have all seen the, I'm kicking stuff. But this is my Tron, that's dirty. But I love the ramps. I left all standard lights in this one. But, I did a few mods. Obviously the ramps, the Tron Arcade mod, and then I've got the Zeus with the EL wire cane, and then I've got the cycles I need to put in. I don't have them in yet. But I've got the 3D translate. And then something very, very faint. Look in the Tron, like the beam. Watch when I turn it on. Isn't that sweet? It's going up. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. It's super, super faint when the light's on. And I've tried to dim the light. I might wrap some stuff behind it. But yeah, you can see it. It's kind of cool. Kind of look right in here. You can see it kind of come up. Super stupid, but I like it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I can't get my rig all the way over there, but if you saw my Demolition Man, I don't know if I've had it on stream, but I completely LED'd that one, and that one looks pretty sharp. I'm really happy with the way that my Demolition Man and Judge Dredd turned out. So yeah, thanks. We'll get back to playing too as well. Like I haven't really played a lot. I mean, I played Roadshow a little bit the other week, last week, and that one I just got the construction topper on. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Kind of hard to see with the lights, but so whenever you get multi-ball, essentially, whenever Ted's bulldozer opens up, it's like on Ted's face, his bulldozer will go up. Those beacons go off. Stupid, but it makes the game to me. I mean, the toppers, I don't know. It's cool. Kind of cool when you turn off the lights and stuff and you have it going. You have those overheads down. But yeah, it's kind of neat. Just adds a little something to it. So yeah, I thought it was kind of neat. I mean, and then I did yeah, that guy has some great mods. Yeah, I just got the little construction things on the bulldozer. Those get dirty and stuff. My brother played the crap out of this game, so I gotta clean it up. But the most part. This doesn't have a lot of LEDs. I think it's got it in the specials, but yeah, fun game. I like it. My daughter loves the shit out of this game, so yeah, you can see the rubber needs to be kind of cleaned up a little bit, so I'll be one off to go through. Yeah, David, and then I got a couple other projects too. I've got the Joust. I need to recap and go through and fix any power issues, and I'm doing that to my tapper as well. So I got a mess. Tappers I've got like half done. So, and then my big buck hunter, I got that from a drawing. Actually won it, and that one I had the screen go like yellow on me. I think it's a video card on the PC. It did after probably about 15 to 30 minutes of play, but it hasn't done it since. And I've had it on the other day for about an hour. That thing just sounds like a jet running, so I kind of leave that one off when I have parties and stuff, unless somebody's going to play it. So, yeah. But yeah, we'll go through the collection. We'll start playing some other games and stuff like that. The other game that was really, really dark is my Swords of Fury. That's one that I'd like to... It's got a few LEDs in it and stuff, but the GI is dark in it. It needs more light. And then, like I said, I like to play in low light conditions, so I have my lights on super, super dim. Just to get that arcade kind of feel. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call her quits for the night. I'm kind of getting a little tired, and I don't know, I feel like we made some really, really good progress. Well, I'm excited to get those star posts in, and we'll start putting some of this together again, and start working on the metal and stuff and going through it. So, one, thanks again for everybody for sticking around. Really appreciate it. Twista, Tonoli, really thanks for hanging out. Snowboarder, thanks for coming back. Sass Trooper, Havoc Dog, saw you in chat, didn't see you say much, but thanks for watching. If you're there, make sure you click the follow button. Really appreciate it. DSR, as always, you the man. David Batman, thanks again for coming. Also, guys, if you guys like pinball stuff, David's going to start a pinball stream here soon, too, as well. So he's got a ton of games and a lot of arcade games. So if you like pinball and arcade games, classic arcade games, shoot him a follow. He's going to start up here in the next couple weeks. Probably take a little bit to get his stream figured out, but will be awesome. So really excited to have him join the pinball streaming stuff. And then Beat93, thanks again for sticking around and the follow as well. So really, really appreciate it, every single one of you guys coming out. Never thought that I would have so many viewers obviously watching me work on a pinball machine. So really cool. So glad you guys are enjoying it, and thanks again for hanging out. It means the world to me. I enjoy doing this, so really, really cool that you guys support it. So thanks again. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. See you Friday, hopefully. So make sure you check that out. Tell your friends to come check it out. So thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.